start. There we are. Hi. Get this watch set up. Now, come on, man. Here we go. Outdoor walk is being recorded. Good morning, or is it afternoon? Oh, it's right at 12 noon. So it's technically afternoon. Good afternoon. Today is Sunday, April 12th, right? Yep, Sunday, April. What the hell's this shit? Some extra crap comes on this phone. Extra notifications I don't care about. Alright, so this is Sunday, April 12th. There's the car. We are at the Hassam Road trailhead. I was here the other day coming from the Coriopolis direction. Today I'm going this way towards the airport, towards Beaver Grade. See, this is the kind of trailhead I wish they would pave. This is kind of ugly and dirty down here. A guy pulled out up at the very first spot. I could have taken it, but I didn't want to. I'm like, I don't want to be up there near all those people and those cars and everybody's hanging around. I want to go back here and be separate from everybody. So actually, this is like the first dirt trail head that I came to with my new car. It's bound to happen. I mean, I ran out of all the paved ones. Huh. Figure it's going to be crowded here today because today's Sunday. Weather's good. I think I could have had this one right by the pole. But yeah, I don't like it over here. I like it secluded. Here comes a guy not even stopping. Hey, stop, dude. These assholes. You see a pedestrian in the crosswalk. You see a pedestrian in the crosswalk, you're supposed to stop your car. But that's what happens. People don't follow the rules. Alright, so the other day, last Thursday, I was down in Coriopolis and I walked all the way up here just because I wanted to check out this girders and the stuff over here. So here's that sign. I already saw that. Now we're going to forge ahead. So technically, once we get past this little bridge, this will be the first time in 2026 that I'm on this. Hi. Little dog. There's the water. That looks great. Boy, there's people fishing down there. It's kind of dangerous. Everything's trying to go down. Jeez. Trying to climb along the cement down there. Yes, this is Scenic. This Coriopolis and this section here are very, very scenic. Look at this down here. Little swamp going on. I would say this one's a little more scenic, perhaps. I don't know. It's hard to say because on the other one, from Coriopolis up to here, it's scenic, to the left, but to the right, they got that orange barrier, a temporary barrier for Duquesne light. That kind of ruins the visual appeal of it. Now this one, there's not going to be any of that. But I would say in this one, the water's on the right. And I don't know, it's a toss-up. Perhaps this is still scenic because you've got that wetland over there. Who cares? I'm calling it scenic. That's what I call all my walks.
Everybody lives like on camp, 100% on campus.
Please clean up after your pet. 1.5 miles. Hi. See this sign? Montour Run. What's in a name? I didn't get it. Damn, there's so many people here today. Knew it was going to be that way. I mean, if yesterday was warmer, it would have been a good day to do it because it was more sunny yesterday, Saturday. But the temperature was getting kind of chilly. I think it barely hit 60 Fahrenheit. Today's going up to 80. So the one thing about this section and the other section towards Coraopolis is these power lines, these posts are in right along the trail. And the trail's a little bit, I would say, too straight for my liking. Not enough curves. Yet, the area around the water is very scenic, more scenic than anywhere else, I think, on the whole trail. So it's a trade-off. So like here, you can see straight ahead, practically no curve. Let's do some zooming. Zoom, zoom. All the way up there. And then when you go back, that's pretty straight. All right. I don't make this too big of an editing job. Taking so many alternate videos. Thursday night, well, it took me almost all night to edit that. Hang out for a second. I don't like somebody right in front of me for my video. Let's get some water. How about this? The first water on the first time on this section of the trail in 2026. A lot of firsts. I've been on this section a number of times, but this is the first time in 26. Well, they got all that gravel and like a finer, I don't know if that's crushed limestone. That second pile up there looks finer. It's not crushed limestone though, that's something else. Our first pile is pretty heavy gravel, pretty thick. Work area ahead. Hi.
Hi. Think about it.
Alright, so here's the this is Caution Shooting Range. They built up this dirt mounds here. Where that parking lot's all nasty and muddy. Forest Grove Sportsman Club Trout Tournament, April 25th. Huh. Let's look at this sign over here. See if there's anything interesting. Wildlife you might see. Wow. So this blue heron, I saw one of them down near Trip Hammer that one time. It's pretty nice over here. But yet, like that guy's over there fishing or whatever. I don't know what he's doing. He's blasting a radio. I mean, what good is that? It's ridiculous. That's my opinion, okay? And I'm sticking to it. If you're going to come out into nature, you don't want to be blasting radio music. There's a nice piece of water right there. Well, that's really nice. Let's get a shot of this. Fishing over there. Okay, first selfie of the day. Water. It's thinned out a little bit right now. A crowd of people. But like I said one time, it's like when you're driving on a turnpike. The traffic comes in waves. This is really nice here. See these rocks down in this water? Let's get some more shots of that. Right there. That flat rock. Water goes over it. Look at that one right there. Jeez, I missed that. Let's get another one. The different colors in this thing. Right there. Looks pretty. Different colors of that rock in the water. Water down here too. I just saw it here from this angle. That looks pretty nice. That right there, that looks beautiful. I'm hearing some kind of a beeping sound. Oh, that's that bird. There's a bird flying over there. Sounded like a beeping sound. Oh wait, that's not a bird. Oh, that is a bird. Oh, that's an interesting call that bird had. There's another one went up this way. It's like a blue bird or something. Like some kind of blue thing. Making that weird. Sounds like a whistle. Sounds like an electronic beeping thing. Now here's another plane. Wow, check this plane out. Hurry up and get this on video. I want to get that, gosh dang it. I missed it. That was a huge plane. Damn. I'm not fast enough with this. This phone's got too much junk on it, you know. Oh, it's pretty over there. Hi. Yeah, this is pretty scenic. There's people fishing in the water. Well, that area looks pretty scenic over there. I title all my videos Scenic Walk number or whatever. I should take that Scenic Walk thing off the title because everything's scenic to somebody. There's a guy fishing in the water over there. Beautiful. I remember there's an area up here to the left. It looks pretty cool. It looks like they've been digging here. Digging a trench. Yeah, the winter time and the spring really gets you with the water. Okay, so they worked on this. Dig this out a little bit, build up some rocks. This section over here. I'm hearing those birds again. Sounds like a beeper. Take a little break. Here's the dude behind me. Hi. Okay, break time's over. This one, that guy to pass me, he was like dragging his feet. You had to hear that all the time. He's walking real slow, so probably catch up to him. It's amazing getting here from the Coraopolis side. The fastest way would be to take the trail with your car. I'm saying the fastest way would be to take the trail if you could, cut right down through the valley and get here in like, well, it's like 1.4 miles from the start of the trail over to Hassam. But since you have to use roads, he gets to go up a pretty big mountain, hang around on top for a little while, and then come back down the other side of the mountain to get here. I don't like those roads too much. That Hassam road's kind of a nightmare. Down in the valley there, you gotta go twisting around curves to get there, come down to the bottom. Never liked that road. Hi. Everything's great when you look up here, except for that orange sign in your line of sight. It ruins it. That work ahead thing. I hate that. But it's got to be done. Got to keep this updated. Think of all the work that has to go into this, maintaining this. All the volunteers. There's some nice looking rocks in that water right there. Like right there, look at that flat rock in there. And there's another one that's poking out of the water. Cool. And another big one right here. And this two ladies talking about work. I don't have to do that. This is my work. I'm retired. Yeah. I'm worker too. So you figure Hassam Road's at mile marker 1.4. I was parked a little ways back towards closer towards Coraopolis, and I've got 0.72 on here, so yeah, it's about right. Add another 0.2 for where I parked. Oh no, it's 0.6, but yeah. I would say add another 0.1, that's what I said, should have said. Add another 0.1, so you got 1.4 up to here is 2. And then add 0.1, so it's 0.6 plus 1, 0.1, 0.7. Yeah, I can do math still. Fuzzy math. All right, now check this one out here. There's one of those trees with that blooms at this time of year with those leaves. The white buds, white leaves. Looks pretty nice. There's a lot of these down in this area. Well, let's check out that little activity. Well, look at this fence first. This is a good fence I like. Here comes an airplane. Let's see if we can get this without getting dizzy. There it is, right up there. I ain't gonna do that too long. All right. So this is that fence we love. I love. But then right here it's like destroyed. This has been destroyed for a long time. Ever since I've been coming on this. There's a little ridge right there in the water. Right there. There's some loud dudes driving with their loud music. I hate that. I want quiet. Please be quiet. When do you think they're going to replace these rails on this fence? Probably not for a very long time. It's not really a safety issue. I mean, there's plenty of place to, if you fell out here, there's plenty of place to stand. And look at down there, they knocked down all that brush. So the field that I'm talking about is up here. Excuse me, to the left. There's a cool field. Right where they got some kind of equipment there. That's an eyesore. Look at this one. They got a fence, a gap, a fence, a gap, fence, rails laying on the ground. Now here you can see this trail is all wet. And they got water. I guess they're pumping it over. Okay, they got, this is not wet, this is just a different color crushed limestone. So there's a drain over there. So let me just go over here and see this for a second. So water's coming down, and then it's going under here, and then I guess it's being, oh no, never mind. That's the wrong thing. That line's coming from up there, and they're pumping it down into here and dumping it off over there. Yeah. Interesting things that have to be done to maintain. I'm sure this gets all flooded out. So this would look really nice if those that pump and stuff wasn't there, but what was that? I heard some kind of a, is that a fish or something down in there? There's something jumping around, like, it's not going to be fish. Snappers coming up and grab you. Something's jumping around in that water down there. Alright, so they got this pump, they're pumping out that, oh, I know what they're doing. They're just pumping out this swamp over here. This is that scenic place. There's all those cattails and stuff. It looks like they're pumping it out. And the water's going down in that pipe. I never saw this before. This is new. Geez, they got a bunch of lines down in there sucking out the water. And it's getting pumped. And all this activity here going down. Oh, here comes a big, gigantic bee. I'm getting out of here. This is that section that I'm talking about. What they're probably going to do is they suck out all the water, clear this out. Then they'll come down here and clean this all up. Get rid of all those. Well, they even got one over here. There's something on the other side pumping water out. This winter was pretty nasty with water, you know, all the snow we had and the flooding and everything. Now there's a plane. I probably won't get it. I got it barely. By the time I fumbled around with this. Boy, this is really tall over here. Look how tall that is. Damn. That's huge. I don't think I saw it that high before when I came on this section. That's probably why they're pumping that out. So they can cut all this down. Yeah, this is scenic. To change things up, one time I ought to have a title called Unscenic View or Walk. Or change the numbering scheme. This is the section I was talking about that looks really cool. Right ahead of me there. All that over there with all those cattails real high. And these is nice. This is beautiful over here. Looks like you'd want to have a picnic over here. It's probably damp. This is that area. I'm going to do a photo of an alternate video of it. Oh, damn it. Pressing the wrong buttons. There we go. Look at that plane up there. That's maximum zoom right there. Alright, now let's look at this section I want to see. Cool. Oftentimes I move this thing too fast. And when I'm looking back at the video, it's hard to see. Things get blurry. There's that place up there. House. That's. Wait a minute, where is that? Okay, that's up on Hassam. That house up there, okay. Now down here, see how they cut down all that brush up here? This is really scenic. Like Trump, I'm going to change the name. I'm not just going to call it scenic anymore. I'm going to call it very scenic. Very scenic. Look at this fence down. Even a rail post is down. That section over there, that looks nice. That section over there reminds me of when you're down there at Trip Hammer, except this is like 10 times bigger. That hillside over there. Now, who knew that riding on those trains years ago would have been so great, seeing all this stuff that nobody got to see. But now we get to see it because we's walking on it. Now, we talk about scenic and everything, right? So, everything's scenic. And then all of a sudden, there's a drain, a sewer line. Oh yeah, that's scenic. Really, that is scenic. And then over here, that's beautiful over there. Let's continue with more scenery. Okay, there we go. It's beautiful over there. All right. Hi. So we've gone about a mile. And I just hear some kind of a bird up there. Sounds like a shoulder closed ahead. Hey. Wow, they got all this gravel up here. Little roadway. That's new. Let's see what's on the other side of this. Well, that's a lot of work. Okay, so they've got drainage. There's gigantic pipes over there. Like sewer lines, I guess. This is major down here. Wow. Let's get up here a little bit. And this cool roadway they put in. Doesn't say no trespassing, so I'm doing it. I don't really care. I'm at the point where I don't really care about anything anymore. Like the other day, on Friday, I was down in Coriopolis there, on a Corey branch, and I took that side thing. It's not an official trail or anything. So here we are. We got another secret offshoot branch. Wow, look at all this work they did down here. Alright. Ooh, check this out down here. Guess there might have been a lot of flooding. Wow. Let's get some alternate videos of this area. It looks like that's all pushed down. If the water did that and mudslides or whatever, or they dug that out. It looks like it's man-made activity over there. And you've got all this equipment. There's a tractor, backhoe. There's a sewer drain. There's these lines here, sewer lines. Cool. Wow, look at this roadway they built. Really cool. I mean, not scenic, but interesting. Call this the unscenic portion of the walk. Unscenic. Look at all this dirt here. I've been doing some major work. Look at these trees and that over here. Guess there's a lot of damage. We had all that snow, and then we have the rain and flooding, and this being a low-lying area. I see over here, it looks like they did a lot of work. This giant pile right here. Let me get a shot of that. There was a tree right there. This has recently been dug up. There's the equipment there. There's this giant pile of soil and twigs and geez, look at it all along here. While I'm doing it, I might as well get a selfie with this stuff. Ooh, it's a big. Let's do it this way. Right there. All right, let's get back up on here. This is about a 4% grade here, maybe. Now, I'm not accurately measuring anything, but I just can tell from the various places I've been, various ramps that have the sign telling you how much it is. That was about a 4% grade right there. It would be great to have done that when I was a kid. Have your dad or mom take you on the trail like that. Hi. Now this over here, there's that giant rock. There's another one. I could swear there was some kind of a monument or something over here, like some kind of a plaque telling you what this was about. I'll have to go back and look at my old videos. That's what's interesting. The short time I've been doing this trail, since 2023, there's a lot of changes that have occurred. Oh, here it is up here. Hi. Here's that plaque. See, I remembered. It's a woodpecker up there. Richard Lee Kwesi. And then there's a woodpecker up there somewhere. Huh. Cool. And I'll check this out down here. There's a wall. This is going to be another one of those videos it takes forever to edit. So there's this like cool wall right here. There's a pathway there. It's back into the woods. There's that wall. And then there's water over here. Now that looks like a little stagnant thing. Little dead end water pool. And then over here, the real water's over there. Yeah, the real water. Yeah, okay, it comes down here. Never mind. It's another airplane. That's enough for that. Okay. All right, so this is the quote real water. The Montour run. I think this is the one that has a date on it on this conker. I think it says 1924. Yep, 1924. I'm like, right there. You really see that. I'm gonna drop that phone. See if I can do this without dropping this phone. 1924. Stick it in between. There it is. 1924. Wow, if he drops the phone down there, he'd be really upset. Wow, it's 102 years old. 2 years before my dad was born, 1924. So there's the water. Comes down into that, goes over there. There's people down there fishing. I don't want to get people, well, I don't care if I get people on my video. Right, so there's people down there fishing. Way over there. Then there's that water. It's down in here. It goes over here. Now this is a new, they replaced these rails on this fence right here. They look nice. And this thing is complaining and saying, end your workout. No, I will not. You don't tell me what to do, I'll change it. Dismiss. So they got a bench right here. So when I was young, my dad was working and stuff, and he didn't do anything riding bikes or anything. My mom didn't know how to ride a bike. These trails didn't even exist. But then later, when the trail did exist, my dad retired and he bought a bike and he would go around on the trail by himself. My mom, like I said, she didn't know how to ride a bike. That's cool, bringing your kid on this. Check out these rocks. Cool. Every time I come on these places, I take the same kind of photos. It's a nice little passage through this. Think about 102 years ago, they cut through all this to build the rail line. How much work that would have taken to build these rail lines, jeez. Hi. This little section here, this corridor, reminds me of down there in Coriopolis. There's a section like that. Wow, check that out over there. That looks great. That Montour run just curves all around, man. Snakes all around. Let's get a update of this. Hi. 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 There's something over there too. Can't really see it too good. No, it's just a tree stump. Almost look like an animal, but so when I was up here last summer, one of those times I was up there, up here at Beaver Grade, trailhead. Walked up here, I guess, and I went there. It's look at all this water is coming down really, really strongly from the hillside to my left up there. It was coming down. It was all muddy. And down here, it was like real soft, real smooth, real slow. Turns out there was a water main break that day when I got home. I heard it on the news. I just wondered where all that water was coming from. Now, this is one of those, I don't know if there's a date on this one. This is interesting down here. There's somebody fishing in the middle of the water. Yeah, this has a date. This has 1924 also. Let's see. 1924. Right there, but you... Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that again in between these two rails. 1924. Let's go over here. Wow, check that out over there, man. All the water came down. Probably filled up this whole area. Water's been pretty strong over there. Water goes into that corner right there. This one's over here. Yeah. Now we're getting close to the old Beaver Grade Road. Up on the top of that hill to my left, there's a bunch of homes and stuff. And they were working on this field up here to the left. Well, that'd be cool, like to go out there and walk on that land in the middle of the water. It's kind of like, reminds me of one up there to up north of Warren, PA. There's that Allegheny Reservoir, and it was dried up pretty bad, and you could like walk out on the middle of it. That's what that reminds me of right there. Probably gonna run out of battery on this body cam. Probably should have brought another battery with me. No, it's okay. I'll start walking faster. I'm feeling pretty good actually. I've gone 1.6 miles so far. Well, I think it was Thursday when I was walking on this down there in Coriopolis. My battery ended up down at 5%. Yeah, I bought that extra battery, but I never bring it with me because I figure I'm not going to be walking that much that's going to use up the whole battery, but I think this one will. It doesn't matter. If I have to shut off the body cam, I'll just use my cell phone for all the video after that. There's a nice breeze going. Those Smells good. This week's going to be warm, like in the 80s, possibly setting a record one day, I think Wednesday or Thursday, but it's going to rain. Yeah, I remember taking photos of this up here. See up on that hillside. They got all those drains right next to each other. Outrageous. I guess they want to be real sure of that. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more down there. Some over here. Oh. Crazy. I guess that was last summer that I did that and saw that water main break up here. I'm pretty sure it was. I still had the Blazer parked down at Hassam and walked up here. Hi. Alright, so mile marker 3. See, I'm at 1.8. There's mile marker 3. If they build homes or something over here, I would never want to live down in this valley. And some people fishing down there. So I remember coming here one time. I parked at this trailhead. Only think once I did. No, 2 times. One time with my Blazer in October of 2024, and then last summer I did it. I had that rental car. This is a busy trailhead up here. Old Beaver Grade Road. Somebody tied a sweatshirt on that. Any sweatshirt. Let's see, where are we gonna go now? I'll go up to this underpass. This is where, right up here to the left, that's where I saw that water coming down. I'll check that in a minute. I'll just go up here first. flag. This is underneath, what is this road here? Beaver Grade Road. This is as far as I'm going. People fishing there. There's a guy fishing right there. Water's real nice and clear. So there's a bunch of graffiti here. And here's this. So we got to break out the alternate video. I'm standing right on the edge of this. If a car or something comes off of that, I'm screwed. I'm standing underneath it. There's people fishing down there. Bunch of graffiti right there. Now we're going to switch to selfie. Selfie. Now let's get over here. I've done this numerous times. Each time I do it, this mural looks worse and worse. It needs to be refurbished. I was gonna say Pittsburgh. USA 250 is coming up. Alright, we're gonna have to turn back. What is it now? Geez, almost 2 miles. This is gonna be a long trip. It is a long trip. 2 miles in one direction. 1.95, so technically 1.95. So what? Last August, I guess it was, this water was coming down here so fast. It was all cloudy and dirty, and it was like flying down here. Lots of water. It came out across over here. It was just like shooting on into the middle. It was all cloudy. Turns out that was a water main break. I heard it on the news, so it's got to be real. The fake news wasn't fake that day. Alright, so we're heading back. There's porta potties over there, man. That's got to be nasty if you have to use that. Now let's check this out first. I like to see these bikes right here. Montour trail. Wow. This is a nasty looking trailhead with all those puddles. Yeah, one time I used that trailhead. It was October 24, and I didn't know exactly where I was going to go. And at the last minute, I was going to go to Hassam, and at the last minute I changed my mind. And I came down here, so I just do this real quick. Kind of made a spur of the moment decision to do it. And then one time last year when I had that rental car, I didn't mind bringing it down here. I don't like bringing a car down here though. That trailhead's kind of nasty with those puddles of mud and rugged terrain. That reminds me of bogs, like the way that is there with those puddles. It's not for a nice car to bring through. I'm running out of trailheads, man. I'm running out of paved trailheads, though. One more that I still going to do two more. I'm going to go back to the PRT station in the library. I did that once already. I'll go back there and head towards Brownsville Extension. Head south. And then another thing I'll do is go down to Trip Hammer. That's a paved trailhead. A couple of them down that way. So after that, I would have exhausted all the paved trailheads and going in each direction in each one. So both directions. So I don't have to start going on to the other ones. Well, Hassam's not paved, but I have to go up to Boggs, Quicksilver. Get down to Fort Cherry there near McDonald. I have to do Galati Road still. I definitely have to get back to the Greer Tunnel. There's a tandem bike shop, which I'm not sure I like parking there anymore. Or on the other side, down there near Valley Brook intersection with Route 19 South. But that trailhead's real tight. And I only take it if that one end spot's ready, available for the car. That's still got to be done. Then we'll start doing some other trails like the Gap Trail. Listen to those birds up there. Hi. There's two sewer lines there, another one there, another one there. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm done there. Damn, this area gets flooded. Lots of people out today. It's a Sunday and the weather's good. So we're talking, this is only like, what is this, March 12th today? Yeah, I mean April 12th. Hi. April 12th. There's big mountain tires on that bike. Damn. And today's only April 12th. I've been on a trail, geez, okay, about 7 times. I think 7 times during March, I think. And then, hi. There's about a week there where I didn't do anything because the weather was crap. And then I went back out last Thursday, Friday, and then today's Sunday. So that's 3 days in April so far. So it's like 10 times on the trail to 2026 already. It's only not even mid-April. This is really cool looking down here. See all that's pushed down? I guess that was all flooded out. All that snow and rain. Hi. All these rocks down here, and all that debris, twigs and stuff. Some cool rocks there, bunch of twigs piled up. And this area over here, this is really pretty over here. There's somebody fishing over there. Alright, now what we're gonna do. Alright, there's a selfie. Let's go this way. See that down there. Hi. 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 It's amazing. I mean, I went my whole life without doing anything like this. Just working, come home from work, watch TV, watch videos, you know, drive around, drive on different trips and stuff, but I mean, never really doing any walking, exercise, nature. But now, I'm retired, so I'm doing a lot of it. This is my main hobby now. That first year when I was first retired, that first year, 2022, I don't know, what the hell am I going to do with my time now? Well, that guy's got a mountain bike there. So I started doing like all these car cruises, and did that pretty much most of the summer and into the fall. Then I started doing this walking in 23. And last year, okay, so 23, 24, 25. Last year, I think I only went to 2 car cruises. Oh, there's something over there. Here comes some loud ladies talking about work or whatever. Yeah, it's funny how I had like, you know, I went to like 50 car cruises, and then it dwindled down. The next one's 30 and then 20. Last year I only did 2 car cruises. The whole 2025. I don't care for it anymore. It's okay, but I like doing this better. I'd rather be on the trail walking and making videos. These two girls coming up behind me are yapping and yapping. I can hear them all the way down here. The way this is set up with these poles for the power lines, it's very similar to the Bethel branch. Well, here comes some STFU right now. I'm gonna have to stop and let these bitches pass. Holy crap, man.
Oh yeah, you know, because I'm like,
Blah, 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 blah.
and it's house wine? It's their wine. Okay. I know, and I was even talking to
that pathway down there. Every time you think you're in nature, you see a sword line, sword drain. So it's not like totally in nature. Hi. Kid. I don't think there are any pedals on that bike that little kid had. Real little. Kid's like, get me on that bike. I don't want to be in that little buggy riding behind. I want to be in a bike. There's like a couple of those trees are painted with a purple straight ahead. It's like down on the Bethel branch. Everywhere you go down there, you see all these purple. I don't know if that means they're going to cut those down, or I don't know what it means actually. Purple. I bet you my battery's going to be way almost down to zero pretty soon. I'm going to check that right now. My body cam video battery. Let's check it. There's still enough on that. I'm not gonna turn it off yet. Just gonna keep it going. I probably made it so it's not straight anymore. It doesn't matter. I already got all this on video on the one-way trip. These walks are like double. 2 for the price of 1. The trip down and the trip back. Oh, this is a blast. Too bad I didn't do this my whole life. Too busy watching videos and stuff. Hi.
They have keys for free. Our mom was in the hospital. And I reached out to be kind.
And all this brush has been pushed down. Ooh. Yeah. The way this body cam works, it goes to films about 74 minutes, 75 minutes roughly. Then that stops that file and it switches into creates a brand new file. So like Thursday, it was a long walk. I had one was like 75 minutes and this next clip was like 45 minutes or something. It was like crazy. Today's going to be similar. Now that takes a long time when you're editing these and you get it to the cloud, and then you go into iMovie and there's a lot of steps involved. I mean, I guess I could transfer the files directly to my computer, but I'm doing it just let them go to the cloud, download them to my iPad, send them up to the cloud. After that, go onto your computer and mess around over there. Hi. But I've noticed that syncing these up to the cloud, uploading them to the cloud, letting it do its business, Apple software, whatever, it takes forever. And they're trying to speed it up. Maybe I'll stop it and start it again. The syncing, or maybe I'll reboot my iPad in the middle of that and start up from scratch and then let it go faster maybe, but it doesn't. So one night I was doing that. I was taking started syncing it up to iCloud at maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And it took till maybe 6:30 or 7 p.m. before those files got synced up. Then it's okay, now the work begins. Get on your computer. Again, then download. Well, no, they're on the cloud. The downloads real quick. Then get into iMovie and start editing these clips together. Ooh, that lady, that perfume. Holy shit. Oh, man. That's some strong perfume. Ooh-wee. Damn. Hi. Hi. I seen that one guy that got on the bike. I saw him before. last year on this section. Here's that section. Go down there and have a picnic. Be attacked by all kinds of different bugs. Looks like it's kind of wet down. Oh yeah, it is wet right there. I can see the water. That's a swamp, man. You don't want to go down in that. That's why they got these pumps up here pumping it out. It's kind of like that one down at Peterswood. They have a drain that comes into a little field there, set up on purpose for drainage, and it gets all flooded. Then they drain it out and then they cut down all the weeds. Now this here, I always thought this was real scenic right here. Up here straight ahead, you see all these cattails, man. Outrageous amount. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to going back to the Greer Tunnel. There's some really nice areas along that. Then you get to the bridge and the tunnel. There's that Valley Brook Country Club. The one parking lot gets filled up though, and if I don't get the end spot, I'm pissed and I ain't gonna do it. So I had to go to another trailhead. There's one up there at Maplewood, along Valley Brook, heading towards McMurray. But then it's like pretty far to walk all the way to the Greer Tunnel from there. Hi. And one must never forget, you always have to walk back. So as far as it is, you got to double it and make sure you can handle it. There's that massive drainage going on over here. Hi. There's a gigantic bee right there. Right when that bee came and I was going to my left, there's a guy coming on a bike. Crash. I think we just crossed the 3 miles. Right? On your right. Alright, let's see if that's... Yeah, we just crossed over 3 miles. We still got at least, I'm going to say at least a half a mile to go. On your right. Thank you. Thank you so much. And all this is cut down over here. You see all that water coming down this tiny little branch. Yeah, this was worked on. Look at this. I bet you this got washed out right here. Or maybe they just did this because they put this line through So they dug it up a little, and then they had to put this different kind of crushed limestone on top of it. All that's down there. All of those weeds are knocked down. You're not sure if they did that on purpose, or was that from the flooding that happened when we had all that snow and rain. This past winter was pretty nasty. They say that it was the worst winter or most snowfall since 2010 in the Pittsburgh area. So 2010 to 2026. This winter was a nightmare, man. It started getting cold right there in late October, like the third week of October, and it never warmed up. Like November, there were never any good days to walk outdoors. December, forget about it. January, forget about it. Get home and start editing, start uploading these videos and take all night. It's fun though. One time last year I thought of just condensing down all these walks are like, over an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I just put the whole thing up there on YouTube. I don't think anybody cares about it except me. One time I tried to condense that, cut pieces out or speed up the dull parts. So I had these final video that had like different speeds, Somehow there was a problem when I tried to upload that to YouTube. It didn't like it. And that garbage down there. I'm starting to get tired now, man. My muscles are... So I walked a lot on Thursday outdoors, and Friday a little bit. Not as much. And then Saturday not, because the weather was cold. I figured I'll pack it in today, do this, because then it's going to be... Even though it's going to be warm this week, it's going to be raining almost every day. That sucks. I'll have to try to find some time. Like maybe Monday's not too good, I don't think. Monday it's going to rain in the morning. It's going to dry out in the afternoon, maybe. Tuesday might be okay in the daytime. Yeah, boy, my back muscles are hurting too. Gotta build up the stamina. Not really doing as much of this as I would in the middle of the summer. Hit or miss days with the weather. Man, those people are flying. Racing. still a lot of maintenance they have to do on these trails after the winter. There's this little piece right here. Built that up. They still managed to get that quarry branch finished with the, well, it's not finished yet, but they got the crushed limestone down.
I know. I get so fucking mad. I know. I got coffee on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in that quarry branch, the main thing is they got that new surface down. That's great. They still didn't finish the signs, the mileposts. They got the C-1/4 still there, but the other ones, like 1/2 and 3/4, are not there yet. And there's a couple little things they have to finish off. Then, maybe one year, they'll have the grand opening. Even though it's been open for years. It's kind of like that one, I guess that was in 24. Was that in 24? Yeah, 2024. They had that, or wait, was it 24 or 25? Yeah, it was 24. They had that section down at Stewart, between Stewart and Wood Street, that was open for a while before they had the grand opening celebration. Or like it, say in early 25. Man, all of a sudden there's all these people, and holy shit. Give me a break, man. Yeah, that early 24 was that time with the Greer Tunnel. So they had been working on that for a while, before I even was on this trail at all, right? But in late 23, in November, or firstly in October time frame, that wasn't open. That tunnel, Greer Tunnel, wasn't open. But then in November, it was open. So I went there, November 15th. Then I guess it was open during the winter when they weren't going to work on it anymore. But then in early 24, it was open still in March. But then they closed it down again to finish something off. Eventually they opened it back up in April of 24. They didn't have a grand opening until, like a celebration type thing, until May of 24. Last night I was going through my records, keeping track of all the times I went to all the tunnels, the number of times I went to the various tunnels. The most that I ever did was the Enloe tunnel. The next one I think was the Greer, and the other thing was the National. Good thing I got all those videos of the National Tunnel, because they got that closed down right now. And it's never going to be the same again, because it'll be a different lining inside and the aesthetics will be completely different. An airplane up there. I'm not going to take any more videos. Alternate videos, forget about it.
Within the last, like, say, 18 months or so. Yes. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think that one.
conduct your business meeting while you're walking on the trail. A self-defeating proposal right there. Now we're getting close to Hassam. Geez, I'm at 3.5 miles already. Hi. I can feel it in my back muscles, boy. It's gonna be sore. That one girl looked like she was all dressed up. She's back in the 90s. My dad started doing that, riding on the trail after he retired. And he was talking all about it. I'm like, I wasn't interested. I'm like, yeah, it sounds good. That's great. But I really wasn't interested in doing it myself. And some people at work were talking about it. You know, like rails to trails, a big thing that happened in the 90s. I still wasn't interested. It took me all the way to 2023 to start doing trails. But I'm doing it now, so. You guys doing pull-ups over there. Hi. A lot of people fishing down here. There's any like years, dates on these. I haven't seen any. take a look at this side one final time. That's 1.4. Old Beaver grade 1.7. So 1.7 times 2. You got 3.4, but I'm at 3.7 almost because I parked way down there. So it's like 0.1, 0.2 times 2. Yeah. It all hangs together. It's say, I know I'm right. I'm confirming that they're right.
They're not. Look, sit on, baby. This and this. It might just be like...
stomach crease?
No, not like him. I don't care about my stomach.
I hear you, babe. He's gonna say fun fact. A whole bunch of people drowned in this. He just said fun fact, no more. He's like, fun fact. Slave masters used to brand people like good animals. So I'm like, it's a fact. But it damn sure ain't fun. Here, get over, y'all. There's a car.
How is that a fun fact, Dawn?
There's nothing fun about that fact.
And Daddy was happy that white people
Alright, so here we are at the car. I want my shoes off real quick. Alright, so we're going to be signing off right now. We are at 3.85 on Sunday. What is it? Sunday? I forgot already. Sunday, April 12th. It's almost 2 o'clock. Signing off now. Bye-bye.